It was back in 2018 when I visited my local bookstore only to stumble over a novel that should change my reading habits forever and, more importantly, my view on life. Until then, I was more of a sci-fi and movie literature reader, focusing on works like Frank Herbert's Dune, Star Wars, or The Godfather. But on this particular day in April, I was attracted by a simple cover showing the title in white bold letters, Killing Commendatore by Haruki Murakami. The name sounded familiar to me, but I never considered to read about his works. I sat down, opened the first pages, and was immediately caught by his style of writing, his words, and the universe he has created within our own reality. It felt special. Not that the inner child inside of me ever vanished, but as time passes, you become more adult. You care about stories that take place in your age. You get more emotional as time passes and life changes. Now, in 2022, I have read most of his works, but still missing a few important novels he has wrote. As you may have followed my Instagram page Haruki Murakami Art, you maybe have noticed that I love to share artworks that are inspired by his books. I love video editing as well, so this YouTube channel is only a logical way to combine my passions. As an introduction and a smooth start, I would like to present you my current top 5 Haruki Murakami books. Of course, my ranking is just my personal thoughts, and I'm happy to read your comments. This ranking will be updated in the future, as I'm still missing some of his books. So please enjoy today's video and feel free to put your thoughts into the comments. Let's start with number 5, Colorless Tsukudo Tazaki and His Years of Pilgrimage. In this book, Tsukuru Tazaki had 4 best friends at school. By chance, all of their names contained a color. The 2 boys were called Akamatsu, meaning red pine, and Umi, blue sea, while the girls' names were Shirane, which means white root, and Kurono, black field. Tazaki was the only last name with no color in it. One day, Tsukuru's friends announced that they didn't want to see him or talk to him ever again. Since that day, Tsukuru has been floating through life, unable to form intimate connections with anyone. But then he meets Sarah, who tells him that the time has come to find out what happened all those years ago. I think the main reasons why I like this book that much is that it deals with many things that you get confronted with once you pass the magical 30. Loss of friends, love, also courage. As in many of his works, Haruki combines several stories into one, creating the urge to know what happened to each one of Tsukuru's friends. He also confronts you with the meaning of life, something that is present but yet not discovered. The only frustrating thing about this book is the ending. It feels too rushed, or better to say, unfinished. I don't want to spoil, so you better find out yourself. Coming to my number 4, you may have heard about the controversy south of the border, west of the sun has caused here in Germany. In a TV show called Das Literarische Quartett, which basically means the literary quartet, 4 people in authority review books and start discussions about the novels they have read. One of them, Sigrid Löffler, has left the show after reviewing South of the Border, calling it literate fast food, criticizing Haruki's erotic illustrations, and causing an outrage with literature legend Marcel Reich-Ranitzky, who defended the book. It later turned out that the book has been translated from US English to German, resulting into an inaccurate version of the story. It has later been retranslated directly from Japanese into German. Now, after telling you a bit trivia about the background, which I will do a separate video for because it's a very interesting subject, I would like to point out why I like this book so much. It has a subtle foreshadowing for its characters, but also their very humane acts which make it easy to empathize with them. Haruki manages to bring feelings, passions and emotions to paper in a masterful way and miles away from fast food. My number 3 will be a very special book forever. Killing Commendatore was my start into the Murakami verse, and it's one of my favorite novels. It masterfully connects real and surreal, the characters are moving, the locations are described perfectly. Since I read this book, I didn't want anything more than to visit the house our main character lived in, to walk the nearby forest, talk to the Commendatore and solve the misery of the man without face. Killing Commendatore is an adventure, a drama, a misery. It will need a separate video to tell what this book means to me, so at this point, nothing more to say about. Number 2 is Norwegian Wood. Never before one book touched me that much than the story of Toru and Naoko. Yes, it's tragic and it's really depressing, but anyone who has dealt with loss and grief will find a calm peace in this story. There's a subtle humor which constantly avoids that the mood drops down too far. It shows that life can be sad but weird at the same time. Have you ever caught yourself laughing while crying? Well, Norwegian Wood captured this feeling perfectly. So before we talk about my personal number 1, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you're a passionate Murakami reader or you want to explore his world with me, you are mostly welcome to leave your comment, drop a like, and stay here with me to escape our reality for a few moments. My number 1 is Kafka on the Shore. Kafka on the Shore follows the fortunes of two remarkable characters. Kafka Tamura runs away from home at 15 under the shadow of his father's dark prophecy. The aging Nakata, tracker of lost cats, who never recovered from a bizarre childhood affliction, finds his pleasantly simplified life suddenly turned upside down. And that's pretty much it we should tell for now in case you haven't read Kafka on the Shore yet. This book bounds you. It creates a world within a world, a dream within a dream. It beautifully connects the two storylines that seem far away, and I think the most impressive side of it is the process of starting as a teenage story, evolving into a fable which finally results into a brutal but still beautiful finale. I don't know how he managed it, but this one is something really special. Alright my friends, this is pretty much it for today. I hope you have enjoyed the first insight. There are a few important works like 1Q84 or After Dark I haven't read yet, but if they influence my ranking, you will get an update soon. Until then, this channel will be filled with other reviews, theories, explanations, interviews and artworks, all focusing on the maestro himself, Haruki Murakami. If you had fun watching this video, I'd love to read your comments, likes and subs. Take care everyone, see you soon.